Nathan, I guess first, how's the off-season? Back to 100%. How have you been training, getting set for year number 3 in pro hockey?
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't the best to miss the last month of the season, but took some time to work on my shoulder, work on some stuff I wasn't able to do if I'm on the ice. So I think it was a good summer, and I'm excited for the season.
When you look at this team and coming to this camp, what feels different about it, if anything, for you?
Yeah, opening dinner just felt different too, with Q's voice in there. There's just a new feel to it, new feel to this year. We want to take the next step as Anaheim Ducks, as an organization in San Diego as well. Me going in through year 3, I want to take a more of a leadership role. I want to win, and I think we all want to win. So that's the next step for us.
What can you learn from a guy like Coach Quenneville? I'm sure that the training camp feels a little bit different, as you mentioned, but to be around that guy, to kind of pick his brain, what's it been like?
His experience. Everywhere he's been a good coach. He's got a good background. We've been first 2 practices has been really good. A lot of pace, a lot of execution, short practices, but really hard. So I think we can learn a lot from him.
Does this camp feel any different? As you mentioned, you guys want to go in to win. It's year 3 for you, and they haven't had the success that the organization the last 2 years that they've been looking for. Does it feel a little more, I guess, urgent into what this group wants to accomplish?
Yeah, we got to switch our mindset. We got to come in. We got the group to do it. It can be here or in San Diego. I think the organization is ready to take the next step. The mentality's got to change. We want to win now. Playoffs can be made in October. We got to have a good start of the season, and that's what we plan on.
How about on a personal level? What's Nathan Gaucher want to accomplish this season?
Like I said, a little more mature, take a little more of a leadership role on the team. Put a lot of emphasis on my defensive zone. I want Matt to trust me as a coach on the ice every minute of the game, and produce a little more offensively for sure. But I want to be that guy that Matt can rely on.
Nick, I guess the first thing, what's it like just being back in here? Kind of where it all kind of got started for you.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's good to see some familiar face. And like I said, I love San Diego, so I'm really glad to be back, and I'm excited to get things going with the great group of guys.
I know you coming in, and it's kind of been a refresh in what the Gulls have been doing and want to accomplish, and the organization as a whole. What was the kind of feel of starting this training camp with Joel Quenneville comes in, his first time go around, and just I guess this energy and excitement of kind of a rebuild all around?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of new faces too for the Ducks. So I think the energy is high. Guys are excited. I think there's a really positive attitude that the team's going to have success this year, and it's just a feeling that we have from the whole organization, from the Ducks to the Gulls. So it's great to be part of that.
When you and I first spoke, it was before you had a chance to talk to Matt McIlvaine here at camp. Just the last 2 days, I've seen you up on left wing, playing forward. Kind of have an idea of where we're gonna see a lot of Nick Brouillard this year?
No, I think I'm going to be on D for sure. I haven't played forward since I left here. I've played D the whole time. I think it's just more of a numbers game right now. There's 9 Ds and there's just 1 forward shy, so I'm just filling out a spot right now. But yeah, I think I'll start the season on D definitely.
I know I chatted about just Nick Brouillard, the hockey player, a bit, but for folks back home, as we just again, what kind of player are they going to see out of Nikolas Brouillard? What do you want to bring to this group?
Yeah, I think I'm a high intensity guy. I like to possess the puck. I'm calm with the puck, and I make good plays, and I'm trying to I contribute offensively as much as I can, having speed to my game also is a big thing. So yeah, that's pretty much.
Both of these teams have kind of been trying to work their way back into the postseason, back into contender status, and you're well familiar with the Gulls side too. What is the tone that needs set here at training camp that's going to push this group to accomplish what they want to do? We
want to focus on the start of the season. I think both teams had bad starts in the past couple of years, and you need a really good start to have a chance to make the playoffs. It's especially in the NHL, but in the AHL also it's a hard league to make playoffs. You got to start the right way because you can't play catching up the whole season, like I think also the Gulls did last year and the years before that. Even when I was there, we had a couple bad start of the season. So I think we really try trying to focus on the start of the season. Having high intensity practice just to make sure we're going to be ready for that first game.
Justin, this is your first camp with the Ducks from coming in midway through last season. What's it been like so far being around the organization, the way this is set up?
Yeah, I think, obviously it's good to be back. At the same time, you want to use, training camp to kind of set yourself up for the year. I know, it's been a good camp so far. Obviously, having a coach like Quenneville here, a guy who's won a lot. So, you just want to come out here and learn and, do your best to set the tone early.
That's what I want to ask about with a guy like Joel Quenneville. I know it's been a couple days, just getting started with training camp, but what's the feel around this group and with him in there?
Yeah, I think, like I said, he's done a lot of winning, so, and he's a coach that, he's obviously a Hall of Fame coach, and so, you respect him, you respect kind of, when he talks, you kind of listen a little bit extra just because of, his resume and the things he's done in the game, and so, for me, being it's like my 11th year coming up, I've had a lot of head coaches, and, you learn a lot, but, especially when it's a guy like that, it's someone who, like I said, who's proven and who's done a lot for this game. You listen and try to soak up as much as you can.
As you mentioned, going into 11th year, you've seen a lot. You've been on some really good teams, who've gotten to the postseason and have competed. What does this training camp do, setting the tone for what needs to be accomplished to get these groups back into that competitive mode and playing deep into spring?
Yeah, I think it's just taking the confidence you get from camp. Obviously there's big groups right now. There's a lot of guys. But, like I said, you want to use these 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the year to make sure collectively, as an organization that, we want to win now. So that was kind of the message in the opening dinner there. Both teams want to make the playoffs. And so, it starts with having a fast start. And the only way to have a fast start is obviously to have a good camp.
For both these teams, same thing. A lot of momentum built towards the end of the year. Things started to really click, and you could see what's being built. It can take off at any moment. How do you guys carry that momentum over, for whether it's Ducks, whether it's Gulls, into the start of the season, knowing how important those games in October are going to be?
I think, like I said, I think it's just having a good start. You want to make sure you don't dig yourself a hole too early. Like you said, we had an unreal month of February for us, with the Gulls last year, and but you want to make sure, like I said, if you start behind the 8 ball, it's obviously tough to play behind all the time. So I think we found it in February. We found it in the second half there, and so I've said it before. I think in interviews with you, we had a young team, and so a young team, when you're losing early, it probably seems like the end of the world. But we want to remember that feeling of when we had success and try to hit the ground running with that this year.
All right, Matthew. Well, first time getting out on the ice this week here and put on the Ducks gear. What's it been like so far?
Yeah, it's super exciting. I've had a few months to kind of wrap my head around coming here, and I think it's a great opportunity, and it seems like everything's moving in a great direction, and it's been awesome to meet people in person and meet teammates and staff and everybody. It's been a great atmosphere so far.
I know the stepping out there for the first time, we just talked about Coach Quenneville. What's it like getting out there on the ice with him, a guy that's been around this game for so long and has such that pedigree that he brings?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that he's quite excited to be back in the fold here, and he's a coach that demands respect, and you want to present yourself really well in front of him, and I think it's just a pretty cool thing as a player to be able to learn from him.
I know you and I have chatted before for the podcast, but for people back in San Diego, just what kind of player is Matthew Phillips? What are they going to see out on the ice when you put on these colors?
Yeah, I think I like to create offense. I think I'm a fast, skilled player who competes for every inch out there, and I think playmaking is a strong suit of mine, and I'm now a 8th-year pro, which is kind of crazy to say, but I think I bring a lot of experience too, and I've been on a lot of winning teams, so I'm looking to come in here and be a leader in the room and on the ice, and I'm really excited.
What attracted you to the organization?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty evident that there's a lot of high-end skill, a lot of young guys that are going to continue to grow, and there's an exceptional leadership group, and I've had a chance to meet Matt, Babs, and Dave this week, and it seems like an excellent coaching staff, and it's just a team moving in the right direction that I want to be a part of.
you're well aware, like both teams, the Ducks and the Gulls, have had some struggling times the last couple of years, looking to get back into the postseason. What does training camp kind of set the tone for that? How do you prepare yourself for what both these groups want to do? Is have a long season going into the spring?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a million things you can try to touch on in training camp, but laying the foundation of habits and culture, I think that's most important from day one. And I also think it's important, and it's something that I can already see here, that players bring what makes them a special player, whether that's being an offensive defenseman or a shutdown guy or skill guy, whatever it is. I think really embracing what makes you a good hockey player, and then having the team gel from there.